Hi there. As my friend Crystal would say, coming in hot. I just got here, so I've been running around trying to get all kinds of things going and ready. But anyway, Happy New Year. I'm happy you're here, and it's been I feel like it's been a couple weeks since I've been here. And hey, Gretchen, Happy New Year. And I found your card the other day. It was either stuck at the bottom of my mailbox or else it arrived just a few days ago. So anyway, thank you. Garlic. So hard to type. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. So if you're new here, I'm streaming live on Facebook on my Statement Designs page and also live on the Tuesday Talk page. And we are going to have a play with clay tonight. So I want to be using some air dry clay, and I keep seeing all these things on Facebook and on Instagram because they know that I'm looking at clay now, so I get all the push notifications for it. But I keep seeing all these things that I think, I bet I could do that with air dry clay. So we're going to just be doing some experimenting tonight as usual. So one thing I want to do, so over the holidays, I bought some taper candles, these candles that are battery operated. But when I got them, first of all, they didn't fit the thing that I wanted to use them for. I got a set of 4 of them. And the thing is, they're ugly. I think they look just like plastic, and they're just ugly. So I think we can do better. They are Mikasa brand. I got them at Kohl's, and they were $20. So I just feel like for that price, they could look a little better. So don't you think? They're just plastic, So I'm going to turn the screen down and show you what I'm doing here. So I don't know whether this is going to work out, but you know how it is. Sometimes it's a big old experiment around here. So first thing I did is I had a play with this clay. I took a whole pack of IOD air dry clay, and I took a pretty good, I probably would have used less initially. I wouldn't have had to use the whole thing, but this color is called Palmetto, and I mixed that in with my clay. So apparently there's different ways to color clay, but I've just tried this method. So then what I did, and I'm putting the screen down now, is I used this mold. So I know Christmas is over and this is a Christmas tree, but I think, it's still winter, and what the heck, we're just going to make it to go, hey, garlic. Garlic is the word of the evening, I guess. So anyway, we are going to try to add this to this taper here. So I did make one. I'll put it a little bit more in the screen so you can see it. So I like I said, I don't know how this is going to all work out. I have a plastic knife here. So the taper's narrow. So I think if I cut this thing in half, maybe it'll be enough for one. Don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cutting it down from the top. And I did use cornstarch in this mold, and I don't know whether because of using the paint, but it changed the consistency of it a little bit. So I put it in the freezer for a few minutes after I molded it. I'm going to kind of go a little zigzaggy with this, since it's going to go down the tree. I don't know what it's going to look like. We'll see. I don't even know if it's going to work. But hey, that's, the fun, right? And I'm going to cut this little branch off because we don't need that, or the base of the tree. Speaking of trees, we got a new one. We tossed the old one after we took it down this year, and we ordered a new one and a new color for the bottom of it. And I'm going to quit putting a ribbon on the tree. I have it sitting over here to donate to St. Vincent. The old tree wasn't worth donating. It was kind of starting to fall apart. So anyway, not that you care about my tree situation, but all right. So we've got two halves of a tree, and I'm going to, oops, well, they're like conjoined at the moment. Okay. I'm gonna flip it. Flip them both here. So, like I said, don't know how this is going to work, but my thoughts are to roll with it, baby. So, I have some Titebond Quick and Thick glue here, and that's what I'm going to use. I should have tried opening it before we went on. Hopefully it'll work. Hey, we've got glue. I'm going to use this knife. Well, I have wipes here. I'll use my fingers. And take this glue to the edges, just like you would if you're putting a mold on furniture. So speaking of molds, Dar and I both ordered the Amy Howard's wood mold. It's this new stuff that you mix with acetone, and it's just like wood. So you put it, you'd use it just like you would air dry clay, or your 2-part epoxy resin for your molds. So Dar and I are going to experiment with that, and then we're going to give a review on Flip and Bunch. And tomorrow night's Flip and Bunch is being hosted by Mara of Borderline Furniture, and we are going to talk about AI designing your furnitures. No, I didn't, Dar. I keep getting this email that says they had such a rush because of that 25% off that they're behind in their shipping. Please be patient. So I guess did you get yours? So in other news, so I made an announcement that I was going to be closing the retail portion of my store. So I'm no longer going to be an IOD stockist or Dixie Belle retailer. So in the meantime, I was going to do that. I was going to do that at the end of January, but where I'm at the coffee house, they actually decided to close their doors prior to that. So their last day is the 17th. So that's actually my last day now. Okay, so I'm thinking that since this part has to go in the candle thing, and it also has to come off to put batteries in, I'm going to start it above there. So here goes nothing. So I'm going to roll it kind of diagonally because the top, well, I guess not. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if we look like a tree or not here. I think it looks really pretty. The top is a concern, but I think I'm going to fool around with this and try to make it look a little more like branches here. I'm wondering if I should take some off of this other piece, or here's some pieces that fell off. Maybe we'll try to do that and make it look a little more realistic. All right, let me wipe some of this excess glue off. That's easy for you to say. And then show it to you and see what you think. Now, this is one of those things. I also am starting something in the new year that what I do on my Tuesday talk, if it's sellable and not an experiment gone awry, I'm going to be selling those items on my website, which is www.statementdesigns.org. So I'm getting it set up. So what do you think? Let me put the camera the other way, and then maybe it'll be easier to show you. I didn't put batteries in them, but I think it's kind of pretty. I mean, that part looks like a tree for sure. Now the back is a little different, but I don't know. Tell me what you think, guys. Gretchen's very quiet. She's not having technical difficulties. Okay, I kind of like it. I think I need to wipe a little bit more, though, the glue, because I don't want it to look gluey. So I did a little shopping today with my friend, and then we went for lunch. I got a jacket and a t-shirt and some stuff for my grandkids. But anyway, we went to lunch and a gentleman bought our lunch. We didn't even know, I mean, we're just sitting there doing our own thing, and we went to pay, and he had already paid our check, and we looked over. She said, gentleman across the way. We looked over, he was gone. And she said he tipped them really well. So he also tipped one of the people in the kitchen. So I kind of like this. The top is a little weird, but I think maybe I have an answer for that. Maybe. Let me try making another one, and then maybe if I just make a tree top, or maybe use just, let me switch the camera down, or maybe just use like this part of the garland of this one. I think I'll do that, maybe to add to it. So anyway, so this I did, I think I showed you then, looks tons better. Okay, than the original. I think so too. So, okay, let me try this, doing the other one, and then we'll see if we need to make any additional add-ons to it. So do you think this is something that's sellable? You think this would be something people would be interested in? So I mainly, like I said, I keep seeing all these things for polymer clay, but I don't want to, and I love making jewelry, and I love my resin too, but I don't want to bake polymer clay in my oven. I just think it's Gretchen's just tried speech to text and it failed. I was mass chopping garlic. Free now. Oh wow, I bet your house smells great. I love the smell of garlic and the taste of it. What are you making? Oh, I'm using my fingers here. I figured I'd find out eventually why we were saying garlic. Okay, you love garlic and you like the candles. Cool. Yeah, so we'll have to pay it forward and buy somebody else's lunch. It was very sweet. Made our day, really did. All right, candle number 2. Now, what other ideas do you think things you could put on these candles. I just thought of a tree. We're having tacos with Mexican rice and refried beans. Oh, that sounds good. You're just like a regular Chi-Chi's over there. Chili's. Something like that. Mexican restaurant. Okay, and again, I'm pressing this clay down. I like the way that's happening at the back, but I don't necessarily like the rest of it. So I think that's our answer to make it look better, is to just make some additional edges of branches. I'm going to leave this glue on here since we're going to fix it up a little bit. So I should probably put a glove on for this. A glove or two. Oh, Nina, hey, sending some love. I'll watch it tomorrow. It's so late here. Good to see you, though. Tickled that you stopped in. All right. So I definitely decided that it was going to be important to use cornstarch. Some of it's stuck anyway, and maybe now that it's been sitting a little bit, maybe the consistency will be a little bit different. I think we're just going to try like along the side here a little bit and just get a little more of the branches. I'll try pulling it out without putting it in the freezer this time. I have a lot of clay here. Don't really need that much. See, it's kind of different. It's a little streaky. And you know what was funny? Yeah, I agree with you. You know what's funny though is it ended up looking kind of like snow on the branches, I think. You could see someone buying them, but assume you would use cheaper candles. Too bad Mikasa made such an inferior product. Yeah, but you know, the price wasn't bad. I agree with you. But for $20 for 4, I didn't think was too bad for the name Mikasa. But yeah, I don't think they're great. And yeah, I could probably look on Amazon, and probably find that there. Okay, so this is wanting to pull out of the mold anyway, so I don't think I'm going to have any problem unmolding it. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to make sure I shut this bag. Want to be good and pop out. Okay, pretty good. Another little piece there. No, it's a set of 4. Excuse me 1 second, need a drink of water here. All right, so I think I'm going to use my knife trick again and just kind of cut this. Maybe zigzag it a little bit. Dar's busy working, sending photos for our live tomorrow night. Keep popping up on my screen. Okay, let's see. So over here, it needs more, I think. So we're going to probably have to use this side. Oh, let's just try overlaying it and see what happens. Oh, I like it. Okay, so I did bring a little water here. I have some water here just to smooth out any places that I needed to join together. Okay, I did have that glue there, so that's working. I really like it now. I don't think I need to worry too much about these places. And well, I have some little pieces. Probably going to need a little more glue. You know, seriously, I didn't get enough Christmas crafting. I feel like I need to do more. But this, I'm really not thinking as Christmas as much as winter, but certainly Christmas too. Okay, so I'm just adding that in there, and I'll use a little water again. There, I don't think I need to go the whole way down with that. Maybe a little bit. I always contradict myself. I'm not going to do that. Yes, I am. Okay, that doesn't look great, but I'm smushing it a little bit to try to just make it blend in with the rest of the branches. Okay, I'm going to give it a little cleanup. I feel like it's probably going to be really important to get that glue off of there while it's wet. We'll just take that piece off. Probably use a spray sealer. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I like it. I wish I had a candle holder here to show you. Well, I do have a couple, but I'll hold it up a minute this way. I'm going to work on that other one, and then I have some other experimentation to do. But I actually really like it. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. And let's just touch this other one up here. So I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year and all that fun stuff. We really did. It was a really nice holiday, I have to say. Tom got to see both of his kids. My kids were here and they were all together, which is cool. I love it when they're all together because, you know, they basically grew up together. So it's just fun to have them in the house goofing around, you know? Yeah, me too. I do like the green as well. So this side is kind of a mess. So let's see. This is the side with the branches. So we'll just put this, kind of piece it in there. It's kind of upside down. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Trees do all kinds of crazy things. So I'm just going to throw an extra piece in there. Then we'll get some water and smooth it out. Little piece doesn't want to stay in there. You get the knife and give it a little texture. That's good. I'm glad you had a relaxing one. We had to have, you know, because, you know, we traveled. So we came down your way, Gretchen, and we were, you know, there. We left the 22nd. So we had to have everything done, cookies, everything, wrapping, you name it. And And because then we were having brunch on Christmas Day. So it all worked out. I think I need a little bit more in here. I'm going to tear this in half. There's also some stuff going to be coming on the website too, like some t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that that say Statement Designs. So if you'd be interested in that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to fill in this part here. Me getting bold, putting the glue right on the candle here. Well, it's kind of a large section. Throw some in there. So let's see. This kind of gets cut away really weird over here, so I think I need just a little bit more. And then we're good to go. So I guess I'll just do a little bit of this side right here. I really want to load it up with cornstarch because you can see there's a lot of clay that's stuck in there. So I think I will put it again in the freezer and see if that'll pop it out. All right. Feel like it's so quiet. It's kind of nice to be back in the swing of things. Finally, hadn't been out to where I work to paint furniture for a while, so I'm finally getting back on the Hoosier cabinet. And I also have to finish that drawer for the the other challenge that we did. The I can't even think what it was. Oh, the Twice as Nice challenge. I think that's a little too big, so just chopping it on up here. Oops, better flip it before I put the glue on. Okay, smushing and water. Okay. I think I like it. I don't know whether I like this little section. I'm going to take these little two baby branches and put them there. And put the glue right on here. My gloves are in the way. I just feel like that looks more like a branch. And I'm kind of flattening it down a little bit, but we'll put the texture back in there. Okay, I'll flip the camera up again. And we have another candle. Why not, Dar? Okay, lots of times, yeah, well, I won't say lots of times. I try to keep them separate, but sometimes I'll share. So I'm going to take a minute and clean up my little workspace here. I am so warm. It's like in the 40s here today, which isn't exactly warm for probably most of you, but well, Dar, it probably is for you, but I know like for Gretchen, it probably isn't warm. Okay, I'm going to put that in the freezer, but not right now. So we'll set that one aside. And we are going to use a little more of our green clay, but I'm going to wipe off my surface here. Just that much more advertising. Yep. So since I made so much green clay, I'm going to use it a little bit more. I'm going to try something here. So I ordered a whole bunch of clay accessories and I'm waiting for them to arrive. One of them did, and right now I couldn't even tell you where it is. I've misplaced it. Imagine that. So as soon as I get everything together, I'm going to work with those. But so I'm going to put this screen down again and take just a little bit of clay. And I almost think I should put cornstarch on this too. This is so much stickier than regular clay. So how I did this, I put it in a freezer bag and I poured the paint in first, and then I added the chunks a little bit at a time. And then I just used the bag and I kneaded it through the bag. Then after I felt like it was pretty well incorporated, I put my gloves on, got that lump out of there, and then put it on the mat and just like really worked it, like, what I'm trying to say. There's my canvas. There's a hunk of glue on there. Okay, it doesn't want to go anywhere. Wait, I have scissors. These cloths, I just keep flipping and shaking out and put paint on them, and eventually I toss them. This is air dry clay. But like I said, I keep seeing all these things for polymer clay, and I'd like to do them, but I don't want to use polymer clay because I don't want to bake it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of cornstarch down. And I'm going to put some on my dowel. I'm using a dowel rod here as a rolling pin. Okay. So apparently there's many different ways to color clay. So you can use ink. Okay, so this is a little bit different thicknesses. So what you can do is put something, now these are not, this isn't ideal, but like two flat things you would put here, like say 2 knives or something. I would use maybe popsicle sticks or something. And that way you're rolling over that, and then it's going to be the same thickness. But we're not worrying about being exact tonight. So one of the things that I got, which the one thing I can't locate that I did receive, is a roll. It's a roller that's textured. So instead of that, I'm going to try a couple other things. So this little piece is if you can see the design in it. It's actually something I used for my bathroom windows and my remodel, or my makeover, but I just love the texture in it. So I'm going to try to put this on here and use the rolling pin and see if we can get some of that texture in the clay. We got some, but not a lot. So that roller thing has a whole lot more, but I did bring something else though. I do like this. Let me flip it and see if I can get more texture on the other side. It's pretty thin now, but this isn't really, it has a design, but it's not really deep. So we'll just try it again. I'll just press harder. Of course, that's flattening the clay out more, but I did get a little bit better of a design on there. And I should have put cornstarch. Okay, can you see the design in there at all? I'm going to lift it up and see if you can see it. I know you can see the swirls from the clay, but I'll try to get it in the light. Can you see the design? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, now I got these at the dollar store. I am waiting for some better ones, some different designs. These would be pretty big for earrings, but you know, when we used to make the vintage forged, okay, you see it? Okay. When we made the vintage forged earrings, some people said our designs were too large. So I kind of got away from making large earrings, but there are ways to make them kind of tastefully, I guess. Now, I also wish I had the neat little gadget that they have it's like a real flat metal piece. Yeah, Star, I did think about mica powder. That's one of the things. I'm going to be doing a couple Tuesday talks with clay because I've got all kinds of stuff I want to do. You can put Lels Luster in it. See what happens. These look like they'll just, well, I'll go ahead and do a couple more shapes. I don't know what's really different about these, but I mean, this is a little bit longer, I guess. Yeah, but like I said, I got these at the Dollar Tree. So I think they'll make some decent earrings because I'll have, you know, once maybe the part 2 after I make some more is going the extra and assembling the jewelry. So I have some gold pieces that would actually go really well with these. Now, there's another component to this too. I think that I would like to also do air dry, yeah. I can't even say it. Oh my gosh. Gretchen, help me out. You and I played with it in when we were in Virginia. UV resin. Thanks. But yeah, the UV resin, I'm thinking you could put a clear coat after this dries, and that would make it look nicer. Okay, so remember, we're just playing tonight, but I'm gonna keep playing because I want to try something else. So I've been shopping my shop lately because, you know, I thought about it and it's like, I'm going to put the screen up a minute while I do this. Because, you know, there's some IOD things that I don't have. Yes, scratch it. UV resin. There's some IOD stuff that I don't have, and certainly some paint colors. And well, I've had all the paint colors probably over the years, but maybe some of the newer ones not. But at any rate, I shopped my shop. So I meant to have this unwrapped before, so you didn't have to listen to all the plastic. I hate that. This is called Flora and Vine. It's an IOD decor stamp set. Try to keep it out of the light so you don't get the glare. But I thought this would be pretty to add some texture into it as well. So let's try that too. Okay, let me get these things out of the way. They're going to have to dry, and I'm going to have to keep trying to shape that one so it doesn't get misshapen. I want it to look like that one. And this one needs cleaned up a little bit, but maybe I can wait until it's dry and get it. Anyway, let's roll out some more. I'm going to get these out of the way. I think I really need to get these out of the way or else I'm going to destroy them. So there's so many different ways you can put texture into clay. I'm sure you've seen people do this. You can do it for labels and everything, but we're just trying it here for some jewelry. So normally what I would do with this is to sand it down a little bit, but since we're not stamping right now, I'm just going to impress it in the clay. Okay, I'm trying to decide which one to use. I think I'll use this little bunch of flowers. It's just like a whole little bouquet. That's what it looks like there. And make sure I get the right side. And I'm going to use my roller too. Now this should give us a much better impression because it's deeper. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that. So now I have these little circle ones too. Let's use those. Yeah, that wasn't the whole pack that came. It really wasn't like very diverse. Like, how many of those kind of U shapes do you need? I'm going to angle that just because I want to keep it on the design. These are cute. I'm going to hold them up so you can see them. You could easily put these two together. A little. Well, you can see that very well, but yeah, they're cute and textured, and I think adding the UV resin to make it a little bit shiny will help. But I think those are cute. You could easily put the hook in this one and then hook these two together. You could hang a couple beads off there. I see some pretty jewelry in the future. So I really like that. I like the way that made that impression. I want to try to keep these flat. And as always, you know, I'm going to have to update you with these because they're not going to be dry. So I'm going to put the colored clay away right now. Thanks. Okay, and I'll put the screen up here a minute because I'm going to get some clay that I haven't colored yet, and we're going to try something else. We're going to try some painting on clay and see what happens. This clay I've had for a minute, so it's open, but it's been in the bag. So I might have to work with it a little bit just to get. Ooh, I'm going to go for this end because it's really been covered. Okay. We might have to talk a minute while I work this. I really don't want to open another one if I don't have to. I guess putting a little bit of moisture in with it might help revive it. All right, just trying to get this worked a little so it's a little bit softer. So another thing, and what I might do here is roll this one out a minute and do the same thing that I just did. Oh, and you know what's neat here? I have little specks of the green, and it's getting worked into this clay. I love it. I'll show you this in a second here. Kind of made like a variegated thing, which is kind of cool. You know, happy accident. Wasn't planning that. Oh, you're looking at me. Let's look at this. Okay, we'll roll it another time, then I'll show you that. I don't know whether you can see it already, but look at that. It's like variegated in there. I think that's kind of cute. Wasn't going for that, but that's what we're going for now. So let me just do a couple of these shapes with that because I think they're more geometric, and the fact that they have that design in them, I think it would be overkill to impress a stamp on them. I'm thinking in terms of earrings. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making some things to put on the website. So if you guys see some things you like, then you'll be able to purchase them directly from the website. And I'll have to show you, if you follow my social media, you probably saw it, but I did it for the Stencil Sunday. But that's the first thing I'm going to put on that website. Okay, kind of messed this up. Kind of really messed it up. I don't have the right tools here, but I'll try this knife here. I don't know whether I'd be able to put this over this again and try again. No. No, that's a hard no. I'll just do a circle just so. I think it's too thick for one thing. But they're perfect for round earrings. Yeah, that was definitely a happy accident. I didn't expect that, but I love it. The little green flecks in there. Okay, because you could easily mix those with these. Like you could do that. Make a drop down earring. It's gonna be fun. Okay, this clay is too dry. I hate to say it. I will try to revive it, but I'm going to open another one. Maybe I'll put a wipe in there with it. A wipe. Maybe that'll help. Like maybe wrap the clay in that or something, but anyway. Well, rather than open a new packet right now, I'll use some of the colored clay. But I also want, so here's another one of the items. This one's been around a while. This isn't a new one, but this is called medallions. It's a mold. No, it's called rosettes. Sorry. But it has all kinds of really pretty patterns in it. So these would make for pretty pendants. Oh, I did want to paint on it. That's why I wanted some clay that wasn't. Okay, we're gonna open one. Just crazy around here. But I'm definitely gonna make sure that I use this stuff up. I won't be getting a discount anymore. I'll be paying full retail, just like everybody else. Okay. That's so much better. I'm still going to use the, yeah, this stuff. I want to find one that has like just a couple colors. I'm thinking of a pendant, like a necklace. How about we use this big one? Am I in view here? Okay. Okay, might need a little bit more here. I think I have a little bit of that green clay in there too, but we're just gonna roll with it. That is so funny how that just gets in there. Actually, I'm just going to use my little rolling pin on here a minute and flatten it out and get it to the edges. I love playing with clay. It is just so relaxing and peaceful to me. I just think it's really neat to work it in your hands. All right. Popped right out beautifully. All right, so I'm going to take these gloves off just for a minute here. We're actually almost done, but this is our last little project. Boy, I have a mess going on here. Can you see this? My two fingers. It's like, I don't know whether it's eczema or something, but I had rings on and I think I got water underneath them. That's my wedding ring and another ring that I wear beside it. I really hope it cleans up soon clears up, because I don't like not wearing my ring. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking some chalk paint here. Come stay at my house. Real clay, real wheel, real slab roller, and a kiln. I would love to try that sometime, Dara. I really would. I've been seeing all these Robert Morris things, and I love them. So I'm kind of color inspired by that these days. So I'm kind of going for some deep, rich colors. Okay, this is the first one's called Daisy, and this one's called Florida Orange. And I'm just, painting on this wet clay. Oh, thanks, Star. I'm going to actually show it here in a minute. But this is also relaxing because of the cornstarch. The paint doesn't always want to stick right away, but that's okay. We'll get it. We will get it. I also bought a t-shirt today. It's really cute. It's a Vincent van Gogh Starry Starry Night t-shirt. I think it'll be cool to wear like under a blazer or something. Yeah, I went a little shopping crazy today, I guess. Then I came home and there were Skechers shoes that I forgot I ordered. Kept saying after I left the mall store that I don't need clothes anymore. I just don't, all I do is paint. But as it turns out, I need them a little bit more than, or I want them, I guess. I like shopping and I like new clothes. So I'm going to be, I always called them my TV clothes because I used to go on, a local show here, which I'm going to be going on again. So I needed some TV clothes, even though I'm not going to wear those there. Almost done with my daisy here. I think this will make a pretty pendant, and I do think that this would be a good one to add some, the mica powder to. I just plan on doing a lot of experimenting with the air dry clay, just to, like I said, I see all these things you can do with the polymer, and I just love it. And I'd like to simulate those things with the things that I have. I just don't want to start baking clay in my oven. It's probably safe and all that, but never just seemed like a smart thing to do to me. Just seems like the fumes and everything. Just had a vision of your granddaughter stealing your Starry Starry Night. Well, it would take her a while to grow into it. Oh, but believe me, I shopped for those two today too. Oh, I couldn't help myself. They make adorable clothes for kids. If I had them right here, I'd show you. They're so freaking cute. Okay, and I'll use a little bit more of this. What was the first color I used? Palmetto. Well, Lainey she used to not like jeans. Well, now she likes jeans. So that opened up a whole new door. So got her these really adorable little jeans today. They're probably going to be a Valentine's Day present because they have hearts on them. Okay, so let me get this part painted. I know I had another brush. Here it is. So we'll see what this looks like after it dries, because I might want to put some dark, like glaze or something on there, or the mica powder. We'll see. Maybe some shading on the leaves or something. Maybe while it's wet, maybe I'll put some of this green on the leaves and see what happens. I am thinking spring, but boy, everything in the stores, there's such cute Valentine's Day stuff. I never really decorated for Valentine's Day, but the stuff's adorable. I did get some ideas for things to create. Now, as this dries, I'm guessing we're probably going to get a little of the clay to come out and expose. Like, then I'll have to put a second coat on it, maybe, perhaps. Or maybe I'll just do the glaze and that dark will darken it up a little. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this out from the center. I like that. It looks cute. Trying to keep it relatively dry brush as much as I can. And I think I'm going to put a few little dots on here. Well, we just put some texture in that clay and I like it. Get a little color in there. Yeah, I kind of feel it has that, sunflower look to it. Yeah, this will definitely look pretty with a glaze or something extra to it. We'll work on that. All right. Well, let us review a little bit. Let me put the screen up here. And okay, so we made some Christmas candles. Well, not Christmas necessarily, but winter candles. I think they might be able to use some UV resin, perhaps. Another thing I thought, if you made a design on them that was lower, then you could stamp the upper part of the candle. I think that would be pretty. Maybe we'll try that with something else, maybe something a little more springy. Yes, for a cabin. As a matter of fact, those people that I painted that doorway with the trees, I bet you that, that would be a perfect place for something like that. Okay, so I'm going to use the back of my, put in a pine cone. Oh, that'd be pretty. Yeah. Okay, I'm just throwing these on here. I might have to flip the camera for you to see this better, but putting these all on here. That one I have to clean up a good bit. The texture isn't much with that one, but that texture roller I got, that'll work really well. And I also like the ones that I used to stamp. And I'm going to let this stuff up. Okay, I think my phone died, so I had to switch my mic. So I think we're okay. Can you hear me? But anyway, now I have to show you this way. Yeah, Gretchen, it was me. I froze. My phone that I used to film with died. So I heard it, and so that's why. Okay. All right. So anyway, I can't show you from the overhead view, but that's what we've got. And we've got to let that dry. And before we go, I want to show you the mushroom picture. I covered it over with all kinds of stuff here. But anyway, I love how the mushroom picture turned out. I think that the colors were really cool. I like it. So, okay. So this will be the first thing for sale on the website, and then we'll get some other things up there. I have some jewelry, the ones that I did the last time that we were together, I think. We used the clay. Dara, I haven't even decided yet on the price. I will let you know on that. So, um, yeah, I'm just not sure. I haven't thought about it, so I hate to make a, throw something out there and have it not be good. So, but thank you anyway. Wow, you think so? Um, huh. I was probably thinking more like 39. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Okay. Well, thanks for the input and the kind words. I appreciate that. Okay. I also have to put the hanger thing on the back of it too. So I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. It felt good to be back in the saddle again with Tuesday Talk. So I'm going to work on some more things and then I will update them as usual. And I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see you, Dar, and hopefully Gretchen, you'll be hanging out with us too. And anybody else that wants to pop on, we'll be on the Flippin' Bunch channel on YouTube, and we'll also be on the Flippin' Bunch page on Facebook, streaming live. And we're going to talk about AI furniture design. So we will see you then, and fun with clay. All right. See you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Mwah. Bye.